Yes, people, it's CFAX, aka the Evil Genius here, back in the studio making boom bap. Let's go.
CFAX, the Evil Genius.
So I'm back in the studio. I'm back in the place that I love. I'm back in my home, in my natural habitat. You might have noticed I haven't been posting any making the boom bap videos in a little while. That's because my my girl took me away on holiday for my birthday. She invited a load of my friends, surprised me. We had a madness out there. Then we stayed for some extra time. I managed to get some time by the pool, some time chilling, some time relaxing, and I made some boom bap out there. And then I played Nostock Festival when I got back with my TLE boys, The Last Elect, Converse, Barbarian. Big up UKHH for the UKHH takeover, for inviting us down. Big up Brainscran Records. We've got an EP coming out on Brainscran Records in the not too distant future. Me, Barbarian, Converse, The Last Elect. Make sure you stay tuned. Not only that, but my missus bought me a new Mac, one of the M1s. Basically, I've been working with an 8 gig worth of memory on my current Mac, and it's pretty difficult to mix, master, make beats, and what have you. So I've got one of the new M1s, so that's all great and that, but that means I've got to say goodbye to my trusty MPC Renaissance. So it looks like I'm going to be getting an MPC X for the future, because the MPC Renaissance won't work with the M1, unfortunately. This is seen as like a legacy piece of kit. They don't make it anymore, and as much as I love it, I'm going to have to get the MPC X, I think. It's the closest thing nowadays to the MPC Ren. So I've loved this baby. She's got me through some good times, some bad times, but yeah, all good things in that. So here's one of the tunes that I put together. I'm going to remake it here for you, and then you'll see some of the footage of me actually out there. So yeah, hope you like it. Thank you all for liking, subscribing, commenting. I'm going to get to all your comments, and I promise I'm going to make some vids answering your questions and your comments. Yeah, keep them coming, people. Please like, please subscribe. That really does make a difference. Anyway, love you all, and here's the video. So for this one, I didn't sample it off vinyl directly because I was abroad, so I'm not going to take my turntables with me. So over the years, I've sampled in, and I've got a library of songs that I've sampled over the years. So yeah, that's what. So I went through that and just picked something that I like. Tends to be like a lot of the time I don't know what I'm looking for. I'm just searching for something, and if something takes my fancy, then I'll grab it. So this is the original. So that nice soulful vibe once again. So here are my cuts, the dry version with no mixing. And then once I've put my little chain on it, liking that. I'm liking that a lot. And then for the beats, a nice hard punchy kick. Then the snare. Another one of them hard reverby snares. Proper boom bap vibes. See what that nice kind of bell reverby hi-hat says. So for those of you who have watched some of my other videos, you'll know I always like to start with the beat first. So what I'm going to do is have a little 4-bar count in with the metronome, and then I'm going to play with the beat on top of it. So with a little tidying up, this is what we got. So I'm going to do the usual with the hi-hats. I'm going to put the velocity across the pads, and we go 16 levels. It's already set to velocity, so we close that, and then we've got, and it allows you to get that swing. So once again, 4-bar counting. So all we need, just duplicate it across the rest, put in some gaps here and there where I want it, fiddle around, and then I end up with the beat. Yeah, nice, simple, kind of straightforward boom bap beat, nothing too complex on this one. Sometimes simple beats are the best. So once I've laid that beat, I usually just start messing around with the cuts, to be honest. I usually start playing stuff, start working it out, start kind of getting a pattern in mind, and that's the process really. It's kind of just trial and error and just playing stuff that I think sounds good and getting into it. And this is what I ended up with. There you go. After a lot of trial and error and a lot of playing around, it just kind of came together nicely. Because the melody has quite a lot of bass anyway, and when I was making the beat, I was making it on headphones, not in my studio. I didn't really want to mess around with adding a bass to it. As I say, there's already a lot of bass within the sample itself. So what I did, I ran a low pass on the sample itself, and then I layered it on top. So see that's the low end of that sample, and then layered it on top of the of my main cut. So then I did a bit of mixing with Fabfilter, added a bit of bass to it all. So really then I ended up with a bass from the sample in the first place without having to add bass to it. Then there was only really one thing left that I wanted to do, and that was a boom bap horn. Wherever I can, I'll add a boom bap horn, to be honest with you. It's one of my favourite parts of boom bap. So after playing around with a load of different horns, I kind of reverted back to one that I use quite a lot. I've got my trusty kind of samples that I like, that I'll kind of go back to time and time again, and that was this one. So here, just I've played around with it. I've added reverb, I've added delay. I've kind of got it exactly how I want, so it's easy for me just to grab it out of my sample pack and then and then just use it. So I like to also do the same thing with the horns that I do with the hi-hats. So 16 levels, velocity, close, and we can be. So I kind of went simple with the horn, nothing too fancy. Yeah, here we go. So here's the finished beat. Like, subscribe, peace and love, yeah?
Frank.